Welcome to math classes. In this video, we'll see some previous year questions from JEE Mains. Okay, mainly on the definite integration. Okay, this is the part 5 of the video. You can check my playlist for the previous videos and charts. Okay, so these are all cover almost all the PYQs from 2023 onwards, and I will be adding more and more practice questions as well as PYQs. Okay, so let's get into the definite integral PYQs. Yeah, this one is the integration from 0 to pi by 4 cos²x sin²x divided by cos³x plus sin³x whole square dx is equal to. Okay, we have seen such problems in JEE Mains repeatedly. So whenever you see this, okay, expression like this, you try to convert into tan and secant square. Okay, this is possible to convert into tan and secant square. How? You just take common, let's say cos³x. Okay, so I'll show you. So this is my given integration. This is the given integration. What I'm doing is cos³x I'm taking out. Okay, if I take cos³x out, this is whole square, correct? So cos to the power of 6x in the denominator. Okay, cos to the power of 6x, and what will it become here? 1 plus tan³x. Sin x by cos x is tan³x. Okay, now this cos to the power of 6x, okay, gets cancelled with 2 of cos²x. So I am left with cos to the power of 4x, that I am writing it as sin x by cos x square is tan²x, and secant²x is left. 1 by cos²x is left, which is this one. Okay, now everything is in tan and secant²x. Now this is a very simple integration, correct? So how we can do? You take tan x as t. Okay, you take tan x as t, then secant²x dx is dt. So this part is gone. So and you change the limits. Okay, from 0 to pi will become 0 to pi by 4 will become, if I substitute 0 here, tan 0 is 0, tan pi by 4 is 1, so 0 to 1 it will become. So now my new integration is definite integration is nothing but 0 to 1 t square dt by 1 plus t cube whole square. Okay, now this is a pretty simple one, right? If I take t cube as let's say another variable, then t square dt gets cancelled, correct? So this will become 1 plus t cube, I am taking it as k, so 3t square dt is dk. Okay, and limits will change from 0 to 1 to 1 to 2. If I substitute 0 here, k will become 1. If I substitute 1 here, it will become 2, correct? Now my new integration again is nothing but integration from 1 to 2 of dk by 3k square. Okay, why this is dk? Dk is nothing but dk t square dt is dk by 3. So dk by 3 into k square. Now this is simple, 1 by 3 minus 1 by k. If I apply the limits, this will become 1 by 6. That's the answer. Okay, so remember this, whenever you see cos and sine and then powers are there, it is easy to translate into tan and secant square. Okay, this is the one of the best way to solve this problem. So I think we have seen similar problems in JEE Mains before also. Okay, so this is one kind of problem you should remember, and how to solve it. Okay, next. Yeah, look at this. I choose this one as next problem. Why? Because it looks similar to the previous one. Okay, integration of 0 to pi by 4 136 sin x by 3 sin x plus 5 cos x dx. Okay, now you can again take cos x common, and then it will become 136 tan x by 3 tan x plus 5. You take tan x as t, but problem here is you don't have a secant square here. You can't get a secant square. Okay, so these kind of problems, okay, these kind of problems where you can't get tan x and secant square, right? So how to solve this one is, this is more simple actually than previous one. Only thing is you should know how to do this before. I think we have solved similar one before. Take 136 out of equation first. Okay, so this is 136 integration from 0 to pi by 4 sin x divided by 3 sin x plus 5 cos x dx. Now you take sin x. Okay, sin x is equal to, okay, take the denominator, whole denominator, a times denominator plus b times differentiation of the denominator. Okay, now you express in this form sin x. Okay, and with this equation you can easily find what is your a and b, correct? 3a minus 5b equal to 1. Okay, and then 5a plus 3b equal to 0, right? There is no cos term here on the LHS side, so this is 0, this is 1. If you solve it, you will get a as 3 by 34, b as minus 5 by 34. Now you write it again. Okay, simply the numerator has become, I is 136 times integration from 0 to pi by 4, 3 by 34 into denominator minus 5 by 34 of differentiation of denominator. In both these cases, it is very easy to solve the integration. How? This is nothing but integration of 3 by 34, because I can cancel this, minus 5 by 34 of differentiation of denominator by denominator dx. Now, if I take this as t, okay, this is gone, dt, this will become 1 by t, integration of 1 by t, which is very, very simple. Okay. So first part is very simple, 3 by 34, 136 is there anyway, 136 into 3 by 34 into x, okay, you have to apply limits here, minus 136 into 5 by 34, as is I wrote, into log of, because this is integration of 1 by t, which is log of 3 sin x plus 5 cos x, okay. Okay, now apply limits for this one also. Now if I apply limits, first one is pi by 4, if I apply pi by 4, this will become 12 into pi by 4, okay, minus 20 times, this is 4 into 5, which is 20 times log of pi by 4. If I apply, this will become 3 by square root of 2 plus 5 by square root of 2 minus log 5. Okay, now it is just a question of simplification, and check the multiple choice options if they are there, and try to bring it to the closest to the multiple choice option. So there are two things we can write it as 3 pi minus 20 log 8 by 5 root 2, or 3 pi minus 20 log of, if you don't want a third in the denominator, you can write it this way also. Okay, 4 square root 2 by 5. So both are correct answers. So I hope you understand the difference between the previous problem and this one. Previous one we try to get into tan square and secant square, but whereas in this problem we are trying to represent numerator in terms of denominator and differentiation of denominator. Okay, these two are the very important tricks. Several problems came in JEE mains especially, okay, based on same problems, same concept. Okay, next. Okay, let f of x equal to integration from 0 to x of t plus sine of 1 minus e to the power of t dt, where x is a real number. Then what is the limit of x to the x tends to 0? F of x by x cube is equal to. Okay, most of the times you see the limits. Okay, you should remember the Newton-Leibniz formula. Okay, which I have explained in the previous video also, what is the formula and how to use it. And there are two variations. One is very simple, other one is little bit differentiation at the limits also have f of x and g of x. In this case, it is only x, so simple. Okay, and how to determine if we require that or not? That means you have to do integration of, differentiation of this integration. If that comes, differentiation of definite integration, if you are doing, Newton-Leibniz formula is useful. Whether do you require that here? Let's see. This is limit x tends to 0, f of x by x cube. Okay, what is f of 0? If I substitute x equal to 0, f of 0. F of 0 is nothing but limit from 0 to 0. Limit from 0 to 0 is always you will get 0 only. So numerator is 0, denominator is 0. So this is 0 by 0 form. So we will apply L'Hospital rule. Correct? If you apply L'Hospital, you have to differentiate the numerator and differentiate denominator, right? So differentiation of integration is coming into picture. So you need to use Newton-Leibniz theorem, okay, which states very simple, differentiation of definite integral a to x f of t dt is nothing but f of x minus f of a, but minus f of a is a constant. So when you differentiate, it will go off basically. Okay, so very simple. Okay, so in the given problem, if I substitute x equal to 0, it is in the form of 0 by 0. So we will apply L'Hospital rule, which means differentiation of numerator, which is nothing but this value, right? If I apply Newton-Leibniz formula, x, if I substitute x, it will become x plus sine of 1 minus e to the power of x minus, if I apply 0, it will become anyway 0. You can check here. 0 plus sine of 1 minus e to the power of 0, which is 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 plus sine of 0, which is 0. So this is 0, gone, right? So this is what it is basically. Numerator is only this one. Okay. So which is here x plus sine of 1 minus e to the power of x. Okay. Now limit of x to the power of x tends to 0. F of x by x cube is nothing but limit of x tends to 0, x plus sine of 1 minus e to the power of x by 3x square. Because I differentiated numerator, I am differentiating denominator, that is x cube, which is 3x square. If I substitute 0, this is again 0 by 0 form. Okay. So which means I have to apply L'Hospital rule again. Okay, which means I will get a limit x tends to 0. If I differentiate 1 plus cos of 1 minus e to the power of x into differentiation of this one, which is minus e to the power of x by 6x. Okay, if you remember limits, whenever you find such problem, you will actually differentiate until you get a constant term in the denominator. correct? So we require to do one more time. Okay, why? Let's see this. This is 1 plus cos of 1 minus e to the power of x. If x is 0, this will become 1 minus 1, which is 0. So cos of 0 is 1, and into minus 1, which is minus 1. So 1 minus 1, again 0 by 0 form. So you apply L'Hopital rule again. Okay, in this case, this is what it will become. Carefully do it. It is very simple. Okay, cos of 1 minus e to the power of x is nothing but sine of 1 minus e to the power of x into, I wrote this, differentiation of this one, which is minus e to the power of x into this value, I wrote it as is. Okay, minus, I keep the cos of 1 minus e to the power of x as is, and the differentiation of this one is minus e to the power of x, okay, divided by 6. Now, if you substitute now, okay, x equal to 0, this part is 0 anyway, okay, only here you get some value which is nothing but 1. So this is nothing but minus 1 by 6. That's the answer. Okay, hope you understand when to apply this Newton-Leibniz theorem. Okay, look for limits. Most of the times it will be limits, because that is where you apply the L'Hopital rule, or differentiation of definite integral comes into picture. Okay, that is the main thing. Okay, so yeah, next problem is integration from minus pi to pi 2y into 1 plus sin y divided by 1 plus cos²y dy is equal to. Okay, this is another kind of problem. If you see, you cannot convert this into tan and secant first. Okay, and expressing the denominator in terms of, numerator in terms of denominator, and differentiation of denominator also won't work here. And moreover, you have one extra y here. Okay, so first thing is you should get rid of this y. Okay, so whenever you see such problems, okay, and most of the definite integral problem, first thing you should come to mind is this most powerful formula for definite integrals. In India, yeah, many people call it King's rule actually. Okay, so really it is a King's rule. Most of the problems are solved using this one. See how we apply that one to solve this problem. Okay, so this is the King's rule. Okay, integration from b to a of f of x dx is nothing but integration from b to a of f of a plus b, that is sum of the limits minus x dx. And when you actually see uh, same limits with different signs, right, most of the times 99% you should first check with this formula. Okay, because pi plus minus pi is 0, so you are actually replacing y with minus y or x with minus x, correct? So in these problems, this is 99% this formula will work. Okay, so let's see how to apply this now here and solve this problem. So integration will become integration from minus pi to pi of, okay, in the place of y I am replacing minus y, because pi plus pi minus y, which is minus y, right? So 2 times minus y into 1 plus sine of minus y divided by 1 plus cos² minus y. So here anyway no change actually. So this is integration from minus pi to pi minus 2y into 1 minus sine y divided by 1 plus cos² dy, correct? So you got a new integration here. Now if you multiply this and separate the fraction, basically partial fractions, you do it. Okay, and you add to the original one, right? So 2i, this is my first I, this is after changing, this is also I. If I add both of them, what I will get is, okay, this is 2y into 1 plus sine y divided by a denominator here, plus minus 2y into 1 minus sine y divided by same denominator. So since denominators are same, okay, which is here, okay, I'm adding the numerator, which I will get 4y into sine y dy. Okay, this is the integration I need to solve now. So what is the time I actually removed from out of this equation? Okay, if I split this fraction, actually it will become 2y by denominator plus 2y sine y by denominator, right? So first part I removed actually. I'm left with only y into sine y. Basically, if I take 4 outside, y into sine y by 1 plus cos²y dy, correct? Now this is again, we try to solve it same way. Okay, just before that, look at this. Okay, whenever you see this limits as x and minus x, right, you can actually make it into 0 to x and 2 times of integration if this is even function. Now this is the even function. If you see here, if I substitute y equal to minus y, what happens? This is minus y into sine minus y, which is minus, so minus into minus will become plus. So y sine y by 1 plus cos²y, which is remains same. If I substitute y equal to minus y, that means this is the even function, correct? So even function, if the limits are from minus a to a, I can make it 2 times integration of 0 to a. Okay, so that's what I will apply here now first. Okay, Why I could not apply this before? Before, if I substitute y equal to minus y, this is neither a even function nor a odd function. This is the one, right? I cannot say that this is 2 times of 0 to pi. I cannot say this here. So that's why I didn't apply here. I'm applying it here. Okay. So this will become, instead of 2 times, it will become 4 times. Limits will change. Instead of minus pi to pi, it will become 0 to pi. Y of sin y divided by 1 plus cos²y dy. Okay. Now again, I am applying same King's rule. Okay. I equal to 4 times 0 to pi of, instead of y, I am substituting pi minus y. Here it is pi plus 0 is pi minus y. So pi minus y. Sine of pi minus y is sin y divided by 1 plus cos square pi of minus y, which is cos²y dy. Okay. Now look at the beauty of this one now. Okay. So if I add this integration with this, okay, again 2i, I plus I is 2i, which is 4 times integration from 0 to pi of, I am left with only pi of sin y by 1 plus cos²y. This y term is gone basically. Okay, because this is minus y sin y, this is plus sin y gets cancelled. We will be left with only pi into sin y in the numerator. That's what is here. Okay, now this is very simple, right? Now if you take cos y as t, minus sin y dy is dt. So limits will change from 0 to pi to 1 to minus 1. You substitute limits here, you will get 1 to minus 1. Okay, so integration is nothing but I made it I equal to 2. I'll cancel with 2. So 2 pi into integration from 1 to minus 1 of 1 by 1 plus t square dt. This is nothing but tan inverse of t. We know it. So 2 pi of tan inverse of t. If you apply limits from 1 to minus 1, 1 being the lower limit, minus 1 is upper limit. Okay, so 2 pi into tan inverse of minus 1 minus tan inverse of 1, which is nothing but, careful here. Okay, tan inverse of minus 1 is not minus pi by 4. Okay, tan inverse of minus 1 is pi minus pi by 4. Okay, pi minus pi by 4. Tan inverse of 1 is pi by 4. So minus pi by 4. So I'll get pi squared. This is the answer. Okay, so see the beauty of this equation. This is very powerful. And of course here converting minus pi to 0 to pi limits, no? This is also very important. Normally substitutes with this, actually with this formula. Okay, so this is one formula. I'm 100% sure you will get a problem based on this one in JEE. Okay, it may not be same problem, different, but you will be solving using the same formula. Okay, so learn this one. This is the first thing to try actually in definite integrals. Okay, next. Okay, yeah, the value of integration from minus 1 to 1 of cos of alpha x plus 1 plus 3 to the power of x dx is 2 by pi. Then what is alpha? Okay, we have solved a similar problem wherever you see 3 power x, or I mean a power x in the denominator, right? Again you will apply same King's rule. Very powerful, right? So you apply same thing, you will actually remove the denominator. See how to do that. I think similar problem was there before also in JEE. Okay, so integration of minus 1 to 1 cos of alpha x divided by 1 plus 3 to the power of dx, okay, is nothing but integration from minus 1 to 1 of cos of alpha minus x, because 1 plus minus 1 minus x, right, which is minus x. Okay, divided by 1 plus 3 to the power of minus x dx. Now beauty of this one is, see this is integration of minus 1 to 1 cos of alpha x divided by 1 plus 3 to the power of minus x dx. Now these two I add. Okay, this is 1, this is 1. If I add, it will become 2i. 2i is nothing but cos alpha x, if I take common, which is there in the numerator, right, it will become 1 by 1 plus 3 to the power of x plus 1 by 1 plus 3 to the power of minus x dx. Okay, which is, if I am simplifying here, it will become 1 by 1 plus 3 to the power of x, okay, plus 3 to the power of x by 1 plus 3 to the power of x. How did you, this one is nothing but 1 by 3 to the power of x. So this is what it will become. Now this whole thing is 1, correct? This whole thing is 1. So I am left with integration from minus 1 to 1 of cos of alpha x dx, which is very simple. It is nothing but 2i. This is 2i basically. Okay, and again I am applying the supplemental formula I said, right? Limits I am changing because this is the even function now. Okay, this will become 2 times 0 to 1 of cos of alpha x dx. Okay, if you don't apply this, basically what happens is when you apply the limits for the end result, it will be little bit confusing. Okay, so this is simple. Okay, now 2i equal to 2 times this one, so I is nothing but just integration of this one, which is 1 by alpha into sin alpha x. Apply the limits of 0 to 1, so that is nothing but 1 by alpha sin alpha minus 0, basically that is nothing but sin alpha by alpha. Okay, this is 2 by pi. Sine alpha by alpha is 2 by pi. So think what will be the possible values. If you take alpha equal to pi by 2, alpha equal to pi by 2. Okay, sine alpha is 1 and 1 by alpha is 2 by pi. Correct? So alpha is pi by 2, which is straightforward. Okay, next. Okay. Let f of x equal to defined as function is defined as -2 when it is x is between -2 and 0, x minus 2 when it is x is between 0 and 2. Okay, if h of x is nothing but f of absolute or modulus x plus modulus of f of x, then what is the value of integration of -2 to 2 of h of x dx? Okay, so this is more of a functions problem actually. Its integration part is very simple here. Okay, so the most important thing is how to define h of x properly first and then solve this one. Most of the people actually leave this question because in the beginning of class 11th you will learn about functions, and you will, whenever you see modulus, you get confused actually, and such a simple problems you leave it. Okay, so that's why I just want to do this first in detail and then explain how actually once you master this function definition, how easily you can do. I will show you. Okay, so f of absolute x is nothing but absolute x minus 2 when it is minus x is between -2 and 0. How did it come? This is -2 here, right? This is -2, but I'm writing it as absolute x minus 2. Why? Because the input, okay, domain of x itself is whatever negative value you give, you still it is positive, right? Because it is absolute x -2 to 0. If x is between -2 to 0, when I am giving it to the function, it will become 0 to 2 only. So which is same as x minus 2. Correct? Only thing is instead of x, I write absolute x here. Because input is absolute x. So it is, because still it is 0 to 2, right? The definition of function from 0 to 2 is x minus 2. Okay, so if I write here x minus 2, this is still wrong because it is between 0 to 2. I should write absolute x because the input is negative, right? Input is coming is negative. Okay, so for negative x, basically it is absolute x minus 2, which is actually same as this one. There is no difference in the domain. Okay, negative value or positive value, but x will become absolute x minus 2 for negative x. Okay, and it is x minus 2 as is for the positive x. Okay, so this is my f of absolute x. This is very important. Okay, most of the times we'll keep it -2 here. That is where you go wrong. Okay, now what is absolute f of x? Absolute f of x is, only thing is this absolute -2, which is 2. So 2 I wrote for negative x, and for positive x, basically up to 2 this will become a negative value. Correct? So I should reverse it. That is 2 minus x. Minus of x minus 2, which is 2 minus x. Okay, now this is my absolute f of x. Now sum of these two h of x. Correct? So my h of x is f of absolute x plus absolute f of x. If I add both of them, h of x is nothing but absolute x. If I add both of them, right, the same limits, right? If I add these two, absolute x minus 2 plus 2, which is absolute x. Okay, for x is less than 0, and x minus 2 plus 2 minus x, which is 0. So 0 for x is between 0 and 2. Correct? So my h of x is very simple, minus x, because absolute x for a negative value is minus x. Okay, uh, for negative x, and 0 for positive x. Now integrate it, very simple. Integration from -2 to 2 of h of x dx is nothing but, I will change the limits, basically limits of -2 to 0 h of x dx plus integration from 0 to 2 of h of x dx. This part is minus x dx, integration of minus x dx. Second part is integration of 0, which is 0 anyway. So this is nothing but minus x square by 2, and apply the limits. Okay, you will get the answer. Integration 2 is the answer. 4 by 2 basically, which is 2. Okay, now once you understand this one, okay, I just want to explain in detail how you got h of x. Okay, but if you are good in function definitions, when you have modulus, this is what you should do actually. Okay, when x is less than 0, that is x is negative, what happens? F of absolute x is nothing but, it's a negative value, right? It's a negative value which will convert into positive. So this is nothing but absolute x minus 2, which is minus x minus 2, and absolute of f of x is nothing but 2. So for negative x, h of x is minus x only. Okay, and for positive x, f of absolute x is x minus 2 as is, absolute x minus 2 is 2 minus x, so h of x is 0, so ignore it. Now your h of x is nothing but only 1, that is minus x for negative, 0 for positive x. That's all you need to worry, and rest is very simple, right? This is how you should do. Okay, hope you understand this one. Uh, these problems, most of the people go wrong actually. That's why I just want to stress more and in detail. Okay, but these are very simple. Okay. So these are the 6 problems which I want to cover in this PYQs. I'll do more and more PYQs first, and then practice problems also I will keep adding. So keep doing maths. Thank you.